Hello Aries, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a weekly reading for Aries from the 8th to the 14th of October 2018. Please don't forget to watch your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture. If you would like a personal reading, I put the details of my email address and my website in the description box, so please send me an email or contact me via my website. I've also put the decks that I'm using in the description box, as well as links to Amazon and eBay if you want to buy these decks. And please don't forget to watch the deck walkthrough series that I'm doing. You might find it interesting. And like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if these messages resonate with you. So I'm just going to do a general energy read right now, and then I will do a general tarot read after that. So the first card is a fair man, dealings with or relationship with a man with blonde, grey or white hair. So you're dealing with somebody at the moment, and don't back down. They might be causing some problems for you. So don't back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So he might be presenting some sort of obstacle. You need to stand up for yourself and not back down from whatever problems are coming along. And there's an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth, so money coming in for you as well. So stand your ground, don't back down, and you're dealing with a fair-haired man or grey-haired man. So in the past, you've got a need for help, assistance, and guidance, and affairs with your family. So you've been having some family problems at the moment, and you've needed some help to deal with this problem. So going into the future, you've got Inkpot, which says whatever problems you've been having, whatever family problems, affairs with family, whatever family problems will help, you are going to be able to resolve those problems. And the rat says someone working against you behind your back. So you've got somebody that's not very supportive of you, causing, maybe giving you even more grief with these problems, but these problems get sorted out. You might receive some news because you've got the ink pot there and feather, so you might get some letter or some news about these problems being resolved. So that's the general energies for that week. So I have shuffled this deck. Oops. Let's just cut it. So you've got the Hermit card, and you've been spending a lot of time by yourself over here. It seems, you've had, it looks like you're facing a lot of problems as well, especially from somebody. You've got the snake over here. So people not watching out for you and people causing a lot of problems for you. You've been treading very carefully in whatever situation you have been encountering. So it's a very delicate situation, and you've been watching in case, there's a lot of pitfalls in it. And you've been patiently waiting or patiently trying to sort through these problems, using your own insight in dealing with this situation. So really treading very carefully. You've gained a lot of information, wisdom, knowledge. It seems like you've grown up very quickly from the problems that you've had recently, and it's matured you, maybe made you feel like you're older than what you are at the moment, because you've been dealing with so much of adversity and problems, but also spending a lot of time by yourself. The Hermit card could also indicate that you've been studying a lot, gathering information as well. But generally, this looks like there's a lot of problems, and you've been trying to deal with it, but handling it very carefully. So what's going on around you? You've got the Hierophant and you've got the Moon. So it looks like you've been going and asking or maybe seeking out some guidance from somebody who is maybe religious. or maybe you've been looking for some sort of expert expert advice from counseling, or maybe from your doctor or somebody that you've been getting some sort of guidance from on how to deal with the situation, because you've reached a point where you have no idea on how to handle it. There's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of deception, you're depressed as well. So maybe you've been getting some sort of help from a medical person, to deal with your depression or problems that you've had in dealing with the situation. So maybe whatever problems that you're having with, you're feeling very lonely and miserable, and it's made you depressed, and now you've needed to actually go and ask for some sort of professional kind of help to deal with that situation. So in the past, you've had the King of Cups. So this might be somebody that you have relied on for emotional support. It might be an older person, and you've been going around going and asking this person for some sort of advice, and this has been going on in the last year, just to sort out any kind of emotional problems that you are having, or emotional issues that you're going through. You've been relying on this person to help you get through it. And you've been very depressed. You've got the Chalice, Five of Cups. You've been very disappointed. You are grieving a loss of something, mourning the loss of something, and it's like almost like a downward spiral where you've been getting more and more depressed. And maybe this is the reason why you've gone and asked for some sort of professional help to help you get through this depression that you're going through. And you feel like you're in a situation where there's constant problems of fighting that is going on. You're constantly at loggerheads with somebody, or clashing, a clash of wills going on, and maybe that is the thing that is draining you. Words being spoken, and this person is equally matched to you, so you're in constant argument, constant fighting, and you really don't know how to get through it. So that's probably why you've been going and asking for some help. So going into the future, you've got the Three of Pentacles, getting back into the work front again, or starting up something. So whatever job you're doing, you're going to be learning as well on the job, getting recognition for it. Remember, this is like fractals, which means that the small bit is a reflection of the bigger bit. That's the easiest way I could explain it. The smallest unit is the reflection of the biggest, the whole organism, if you like. So whatever little thing you're doing may seem like it's insignificant or small, or you don't feel like you're doing the big thing, but you are contributing to the whole of it. So whatever job you're doing is making a big impact on wherever you're working. So you are part of a whole community of things that are doing. So don't feel like whatever you're doing is not important. That's what I'm trying to get through. So you're going back into the work front, starting a new job, getting recognition for it with this Three of Pentacles, and really focusing on your work. And this might take you out of this depressive phase that you're going through. And, you are feeling very, very negative with this Devil card over here representing you. You do feel restricted, chained up. You feel like there's a lot of lack in your life, and there's a lot of drama going on over here with you. You can see you feel like you're in chains, really. And you just want the situation to end, and you want to move away. So something happened, and now it's time to move on. So this is the end of something that you thought was stable. It was a very painful ending, and there was a lot of betrayal, a lot of harsh words spoken, but it is now time to move on. So the worst has happened, and you're hoping that you could have been victorious in it, and just conquer whatever happened. So the situation is ended now. You're going to start work again, but you're still feeling very negative, very depressed. So going into the future, you've got the Eight of Swords, you've got the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Rods. So things are still going on the emotional front over here. You feel like you've made a lot of sacrifices, and you feel like you were very abused with this Eight of Swords, very restricted, and very... you can see this man's got all the swords in it, so it's quite painful whatever's happened. You feel very tied up, very alienated, isolated, but also in a very painful situation. And you've been standing your ground, but you're feeling a bit overwhelmed right now, because all these men are fighting this kraken from the sea, and it seems like it's taking over the boat. So you feel like a bit overwhelmed. You've been asking for help, but even that hasn't helped, because you feel like you're just, this problem that you're going or facing is just too much for you. You can't really handle it. But it's time now to let it go, to bury it, to move away from it, and lay down your weapons, really. So whatever arguments and drama, you need to just lay to rest and move on. Even though you're so injured and you can see this person's got a lot of scratches and things going on. It's time to just bury that situation, and it's a time for healing. So you need to walk away from that situation. So if this is going on in your emotional life, you might need to just focus on this work in order to get away from this and just bury the hatchet and move forward. And just take it for what it is, that it is finished, it is over. Don't try and resurrect it. This person's been stabbed too many times. There's too many things that have been said and too many things that happened for you to actually try and resurrect it. You just have to bury it in the ground, put a cross on it, pay it its homage, and just move on, whatever this problem is, because it's left you, it's really draining you. It's really taking everything you need. I mean, if it's making you that depressed where you're needing to have some sort of professional kind of support, this could mean that you're on medication and things like that. So if it's draining you and taking out so much of your energy, it's time to let it go and walk away. And you won't be thought of any less for having left it behind. It was a learning experience. Maybe it had to come into your life in order for you to grow. So you need to stop being depressed. Try and get over and get your confidence back, because you are spiraling downwards, and this is not the way you want to go. You need to pick yourself up of it, get out of this negativity that you're going through, and start focusing. Get a new plan in life. Get a new focus. This work is something, where you're a part of a bigger picture. So see the bigger picture and see that bigger picture in your work. And this is where you will find your purpose again and lay the past to rest and move on. This adversity, this person that you're dealing with seems like, they're defeating you. And it seems like, it's best to just walk away from that situation. Sometimes that's what we have to do, even though it's hard for the ego to take when you have to leave something that you didn't win. Sometimes that is the best route, and a lot of growth comes out of that. So you've got a happy change coming in with the 10. So your angels have heard your prayers and have bonded together to create a real and joyful change in your life. Events begin to move forward and great progress will now be made possible. You need to make some rapid decisions due to suddenness of activity. Be confident and trust the guidance you receive. So the wheel of fortune turning for you and a happy change coming in for you, and you are being angelically guided. So that's important. There's a heal of emotion coming in over here. This is a time to follow your heart and feel the fullness of your emotions. You may feel so compelled to nurture others that you forget to care for yourself. Flashes of intuition provide you incredible insights. You or another person is a kind, tender-hearted, loving, and trustworthy friend. So find yourself a friend that you can speak to, and you are now need to start your journey on that path of healing. And the last one is the Two of Thoughts. The angels have noticed that you are not moving forward. You have multiple options that you are reviewing, but you seem to be unable to choose. Ask your angels for signs as to what direction you need to take, or just listen to your own inner voice. Deep down, you know what to do. So you are facing a point where you need to make a decision. You can either stay in that situation and, be victimized and abused, or you can move on to something better, heal, and have something new and better come down the line for you. So sometimes this is the phase of life that is finished, and you need to move on and lay everything to rest, slot it down to experience and move on. And, don't hang tenaciously onto something that is not going to bring you any joy, any happiness, because I don't think we came here to be unhappy or miserable. We did come here to grow, and, letting go is part of the growth phase as well. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave me some comments if these messages have resonated with you. Good luck, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.